Uh, Unfortunately, I didn't start recording, but um, anyway, yeah, while we are doing the daily tower, which doesn't involve any brain cell at all, because we are waiting for someone with the baby cutter to destroy the wall. Um, I started the recording now. Yes, I'm recording. I will have to cut something at the start, but I started the recording. Um, so what I wanted to talk about was the difference between what we usually do in a Zerg and what we are supposed to be doing when we are fighting with fewer numbers. Fewer numbers means usually below 15. Right? The style of the fight change because the numbers change, and that brings me to lower the volume of sound. So I can't hear myself. Go. Um, so basically, the huge difference is that more numbers you have on inside your party or squad, uh, less the effect of a single player uh, impacts the success of the squad. I mean, in this case, if you look at our party right now, we have one dedicated support, which is Glatzy. If Glatzy dies, we don't have any kind of support whatsoever. So there is huge pressure on Glatzy to stay alive and keep us alive while we do damage, right? In a 50-man blob, usually there are 50, it's like 10 group, so there are 20 support classes if the group is balanced, right? So if one of those support classes dies, it's 1 out of 20. Their party are gonna fit it, yes, sure. Are they gonna die for it? No, they don't. Right. So the importance of dying with bigger numbers is as impactful. With the smaller you are, more impactful you are in your group. Which means obviously that you should pay probably more attention to your rotation, your positioning, and all the things that you normally do playing. This is to say that while roaming or while evoking or while playing in smaller number, builds might change because you might need to be a little bit tankier, or you need to provide a bit of support, or basically you need to survive longer, right? While with bigger numbers, you might be able to afford, more risky builds, or for certain classes, might be exactly the opposite. Like for example, Harbinger for homing, you could get away with full berserker because you aim to instantly kill people. You might not don't care about staying alive more than 20 seconds, 30 seconds. And with Scourge, on the other hand, you might want to stay alive because you're forced to stay on tag. There are some differences. That's why in our Discord we have a section inside the Alliance raid builds with builds for homing. Do you need to use those? Well, that would be nice, of course. But those builds are built and are fought for smaller scale, like 5 to 10 rather than 25 plus. And that's a big introduction to say that when you show up in a smaller squad, you can actually accomplish much more than the number says. If you look at our current squad composition, for example, all our classes except for class C have a kind of strong burst damage. That means that if we target one guy and decide that that guy needs to die, it will probably happen very, very quickly. Because, for example, if Michael jumps on it, it can deal like 10k damage. Yatsu can pull him toward us and poke all the traps that he might be using and kill him only using that. Sash and I can use a shutter and kill it from range, and we have all this potential, and it feels more single target oriented. Because in the end, when you are fighting, and when you are fighting small groups, your fighting style changes as well, and and as Michael said before, in kind of a joke, right? Are we roaming Evoking, or are we following a commander that keeps pulling away? That was his way of identifying this different playstyle. So even though I have a tag on me, while we are roaming around and we are evoking with the small numbers, there are very few occasions where you want to actually stack on me, or you want to stick completely on tag. If you look at our squad composition, nobody except for Glassy benefits from staying on tag. By the way, Glassy, you have a target. So there's nobody that benefits on stay on target on the commander. So while we move around now, we will move as a group, yes. Do we fight in a Zerg style? No, we won't. Right? So the question that I'm hoping to get from someone is, how are we gonna kill anyone if we scatter around and fight as a cloud?
Sure.
Can someone at least pretend to?
Are we going to kill anyone if we?
Oh, thanks, thanks. That's an awesome question. Thanks. Let's move towards ears that is open, so we can please move. Nice. I don't know how you got the idea of making that question, but
it just popped in my head.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. You know that often commanders, when we move around, place targets. My target is the purple thingy. Mech has the pink one. Somebody else has maybe the green arrow, and we tend to use this, right, to indicate you should be attacking on the purple dot or on the mark. While we are fighting in small scale, we are gonna use this red target. You see that now is on Michael or on the catapult to indicate our target. The benefit of that is that you can also pick the target using a keybind. Whenever I apply the target, you should put it in your chat. You can press a button to take the target. If that's not the case, you have to keybind take target. That allows you to immediately take the target without looking around the map and try to identify which target I picked. Yeah, we are gonna use target obviously because our build works better with single target damage or highly focused AoE damage. So picking of targets is what allows us to kill anything at all.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure that high burst is. Yeah, never mind.
No, go ahead.
Usually, Roma's has a lot more toughness
Yeah,
than
yeah,
normal builds.
exactly, and that's why I
The
said,
focus is
yeah, exactly. That's why I said we are havoking and we are not really homing. That there is a difference in that because for exactly the reason that you pointed out. If you're homing, meaning you're fighting in a group with 1 to 5 people top.
Then that's open.
Yeah. 5 people is like highest number for me to classify it as homing. You have to fight as a single player, and you are a single player that happens to be with other people, but you are self-reliant. You don't. Well, you love to have a support class, but you don't need one. And generally, you know, you fight as as I said, as a single player. You don't care about others that much. There are obviously similarities between homing and havoking, sure, but we are havoking. That means we focus on high burst single target damage or focused AoE damage, and the objective is to kill in focused areas or focused targets rather than fighting as single players. We totally rely on our support class to do his job, and we also have to allow our support class, which is Tempest, to do what he's supposed to be doing. I asked Glassy to join us on Tempest because Tempest is, I believe, one of the best support classes for this kind of thing. It has decent cleansing, also healing, and it can survive a lot if it keeps offhand focus when it's needed. And if it feels fancy, it could also use the. And these are lots of CCs, yes, which is the next big thing that to me it differentiates between homing and havoking. Havoking is thanks. Havoking for me or to me is the like 10 dots. There's on the side. Oh, we don't care. Let's go for a camp. Havoking to me is more of a tactical gameplay rather than playing as a little small Zerg. So I'll be calling out targets. I try to use the in-game target, which is the red target. I've left a marker on Klatzy, mostly because you always have to be aware where your support class is. That applies also in Zerg fight. In a Zerg, you should always be aware where your firebrand is, and if you are a firebrand, you should always be aware where your squad is, your party, because otherwise you are rather useless. But especially in Havoc, since we have only one support and it's done on purpose to be one support, we have to take extreme care of Glatzy, so we have to make sure he doesn't die.
Protect the president.
Exactly right. In Havok, you have two main objectives as DPS player. The first one is to, obviously kill enemy players, but more importantly, is applying CCs to either prevent the enemy from escaping or preventing the enemies from killing your support class. Because in my targeting, I always try to target enemy support classes, and you can be sure that the enemy will do the same. They won't try to get to attack my target, my character, because I'm a virtuoso. They think I can jump around and be immune to everything. They're gonna go for the squishy little Azura, which is our Tempest.
Perhaps I should play a Norn.
Exactly. Intimidate them. No, but seriously, that's the core of Havok, and that scales really well if you think about it. Because if we were to tweak our are we green, right? So we just I'm started waiting this Michael brother.
Yeah, I don't like him as well.
We have Mac behind. Yeah, as I was saying, the
They're hitting their Gary. We can try Dawns.
Sure, yeah, but I don't know. We can do whatever. I know that Dawns is a higher target value, but since I'm doing some kind of training, it's better.
The thing is, the blobs are fighting next to Sunny, the Woody. So they'll see us and kill us in a second.
Cool. Anyway, as I was saying, our squad can scale and kill much higher numbers of players if we were to tweak our squad composition a little bit. For example, if we were to replace the Virtuoso with Scourges, for example, or Reapers, we could kill probably group 2.5 times our size. That means like 20 people with a group of 8. And if we were like 10, we could probably get 25 people down. Obviously, I'm not talking about organized guild squads. Those are not the those are not our objectives, right? But we can kill maybe slightly disorganized groups, or maybe groups taken by surprise if we get a good staff engage. Obviously, we can always stealth using what's it called, the either a mesmer, mass invisibility, or maybe we get a scrapper and we can get a staff down. You have to drop katas because I don't have any.
Evening.
Good evening.
Someone has katas?
Yeah, I have katas, yeah.
Or rams?
I don't have rams, I have katas.
Rams you want or katas?
Watch out behind. Just state shield, protect the president, and pick the target. That's all we are doing.
Yeah, let's get the scrapper with the flamethrower. It's doing a ton of damage.
They're all dead. Most of them.
Yes, they are. We are way stronger if we all pick the same target, no matter if you think that the target is the wrong one. Other thing that is really important while Avoking, other than the squad composition, is...
Okay, guys, I'll go play somewhere else. Cheers. Bye.
Hmm? What?
What? Why?
What? Oh well. I'm
I don't know what
confused,
happened.
but you know, I probably we didn't send an invite. Is there a queue? No, there is no queue. I don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, no matter if you think that the target is the wrong one, just go for the target, and if you cannot kill it, like in this case, we cannot get this down this Mesmer, for example. Communication is the second thing that you can actually employ to be successful in roaming, as I was about to say, because you know, since we have one target that is exactly on us, we could have changed target, and communicating between each other is what makes us strong. And obviously we can scale this concept to Zerg fighting, right? In a Zerg, Mech keep asking us to call out the cooldowns. Right? Yeah, that's cool. That's what Mech wants. But you could also call out many other things. And during various training, we say that we should be calling out our skills, our key skills that goes down. Sash did exactly that. He did a pull and called for a pull. Now, the next best thing would be I'm pulling and calls for the target. So everybody knows that where the pull is going down. If Shiro is going to use Meteor, it could say Meteor's down. In a case for the support class, it could, and everybody should be doing that, especially while roaming. We should always be calling when we are going down, and not when there's nothing you can do about that. But that would be good to know why. Because if we are fighting all near to each other, it's quite easy to organize a joint rest, right? Everybody can rest immediately. It's obviously harder to do if you have to realize that someone is down. Yeah, we should be top some food down.
The regular smorgasbord.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Got this one.
Yeah.
I don't know what Clancy's gonna take. Maybe that one. I've got the cilantro stuff.
No, the cilantro. No, we can get.
No?
No, it's fine with the stand up. Oh, this one is the one with precision, right? Yeah, precision, ferocity, and healing. That's
okay. Yeah.
That's what we need.
Do we need anything else?
I don't think so.
That covers it, right?
Yeah. Again, as I was saying, communication is really important. It's really important because we need to be each other. We need to be aware of what's happening around us. And while roaming or while Avoking, there might be a commander tagged up, and the commander is usually the one that does the target calling, but it doesn't need to be. For example, I might target somebody because maybe that's the closest target that I have and looks like is a squishy target. But if you can see a better target, just call it out. Say,
or someone's down, maybe.
Or there's someone down, or anything like that, right? Call it out, talk to people, and that's what makes us stronger, right? Because we can adapt on the fly without relying on one single person that does all the job for you. Which means that, Avoking and in general playing in smaller squad requires more focus, more attention, details. like for example myself that is trying to stare at this bag, finding the utility this can find. Oh, there you go. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I wanted to touch a little bit about the fighting style in roaming. How I would approach this kind of in general the fighting, except when we need to cover for our support class. All our CCs should go on or near the target, so that we can properly get a lockdown and kill it quickly. So if our target was the veteran guard, well, it's already done. Let's assume that we will get something inside the camp to fight. Whenever I call for a target, everybody that can do a CC, which means in this comp it's everybody basically except for Shion, because I don't consider elementalist in this case for CCs. Don't smack me.
He can CC.
Yeah, he can, but it's better if he does damage while we are doing the CC.
Yeah.
So the DHs can pull the enemy toward us. So if he's escaping, pulling it back is wait. Mesmer obviously have pull, immob, daze, all the things that makes Mesmer annoying. Renegade also, I don't know the Michael's build, but if he's running the purple demon, he has pull. No, yeah.
What?
No, I'm running Shiro and Dwarf.
But you have that skill, right? It's knockdown.
Oh, I thought you meant Malix.
Yeah, no, the purple demon is absolutely Malix. Malix have pull and strip and things like that, so it's kind of useful. There is. Let's try to, get in a fight and see whether we can actually, get anyone down and lock him.
Dismounting the guy behind you?
Yeah, well, look. Let's try to kill, these. I'm super bugged. I cannot see any wall whatsoever.
Oh.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Target from the scrapper?
Yeah. The target scrapper. Let's try to lock him down before we die horribly.
I 3, 2, 1 on the scrapper.
Pulling again. Nope. I need you guys to talk.
No.
Don't be shy. Don't be. I'm down, by the way. And so is Badger.
So am I, or not?
And so was Clancy for a second there.
I wasn't shy. I was playing stupid, so I didn't want to say anything.
Save Clancy! No!
Save the president. Save the president.
I'm trying! They're being mean.
I know.
I'll give you everything I got.
So, then again, we should try better next time to get a proper lockdown on the enemy and use the lockdown as a way to kill them, basically. Gonna switch to Chrono to help out with the CC. Other than that, as you can imagine, and that's the conclusion of the training. As you can imagine, as with everything that we are doing this training session, learning these game modes takes time and takes effort. And while I can and I will spend time organizing this training session, if you really want to improve, it needs to start basically from you. Right now we just died, and Buzzer said I was playing stupid. I'm gonna use that. He said that because he realized that it did something wrong, right? Realizing that makes it so next time he probably will think twice of doing that, or probably he repeated the same issue, but he knows what he's doing wrong. Right? That's the difference. Right? Dying without knowing why you died is what stops from getting better. That's what we should always do. When we die, we just died. Why? Did we lose? We were against 2 targets. We are 8 or 7 rather, because we lost Mac. How did we die? Right. And these questions should always resonate within you. And if you don't have the patience to do that every single time you die, I suggest you start recording and then watch it back. It doesn't mean you have to watch all the raid, but maybe some fights where you can focus completely on what you are doing without the other stress of playing, and that ultimately makes you a better player, right?
Yep. I think so.
Like, for example, makes me a better player knowing that I will not follow that Willbender, because there is no way we can get to him. Like, there is literally no way. Especially because I just saw him killing 2 players near the cutters, right? And then running away. So probably makes more sense target his Harbinger friend, right? And ignore the bursty Willbender. Will it work? Probably not. But if you don't attack the Willbender, maybe he will expose himself and do some kind of error, and we can punish that.
He's back. The Harbinger friend. I'm trying to mobilize him.
I do G-Welling.
Evade.
Now let's move back, so we can think about a little bit better what we are doing. Watch out for the Tempest. Tempest is on us, and we should probably focus on the Tempest. Shiro is down. Shiro?
Tempest? Oh yeah, see her.
Yeah,
Shiro?
Yes.
Talk to us.
Talk to us.
Well, no, I was just listening to what you were saying.
If you go down, just say I'm down, or I'm going down, or something like that, because we can't obviously see.
Yeah, it's fully dead.
Yeah, I keep getting thrown around here. Couldn't really.
Cool. So we identify one issue, right? They are controlling better than we do. Yeah. We are trying to do that CC thing, but we are not succeeding. And I can say that for sure that I try to pull and stun and knock back
they're
around.
totally overloading us with conditions.
Well, that's your fault. I can fix that. I mean, I can. If you say that it's too much, I can actually swap my build around and help you out with healing, if you need so.
I mean, I can switch to Scrapper or something, but I guess I doubt it would be much better.
No, it's actually be worse.
Yeah.
There's a blue blob at Briar.
Let me help you out with the healing. So yeah. Anyway, that was the small, or rather not so small, training session.